Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today is day 4, which means day 5. Tomorrow is giveaway day on the Into Resin mold. So tomorrow we will be giving away that awesome crystal turtle mold. So make sure you come back and enter. It's so easy to enter. You just click on the link in the description box, enter your email, and you are entered to win. So make sure you come back tomorrow. I'm going to do the notebook today, and because it's water ripple, I want it water, which means beaches. So you're gonna have to sit through another beach one. Well, I guess you don't have to. You could always click me off because of a beach, but I hope you don't. I hope you stay because this one's gonna be a challenge. And it's really big. Look at the size of this. It's like the size of my arm. I really wanted to put sand in, but then when I put the mold down, I see how thin this is. It's just like a couple millimeters. So pouring half, to do a water ripple correctly, you would pour half, let it cure like I have been doing since I learned how to do it correctly. I was doing it wrong a long time. And it's the best way is if you pour half the way I've been doing it. So pouring half doesn't leave me much room for the sand. So I scratched the whole sand idea. I pulled out my crown of gold. That's a better label for you to look at. My crown of gold glitter. It's a chunky mix, and I always use this in sand because it's golden and it's beautiful and it's got holographics in it. So instead of painting on a color or pouring the sand when that resin is tacky, I think I'm going to cover the beach with the glitter. I pulled out my chrome powders, and there happens to be 3 blues in the chrome powder set. So out of the 10 colors, 3 of them are blues and teals. So we're going to do that, like that. And then before I put the powders on, I'm thinking about adding a wave with the white UV resin, because now that they have the white, that would be really simple to do. Of course, now I have glitter everywhere. So I'm still thinking about if I want the wave. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it. I would have to do it very thin and blow it out with a straw or something so it can, look at this, all this glitter. Not that it's gonna make a big of a difference, but you know, I'd like to start with a clean surface here. I'm gonna use my 4-hour fast cure because I want it to get tacky pretty quickly so I could keep moving on. If I miss the tackiness stage, then I'm going to have to tack it over and over glue to make it tacky again, because there's not enough room to put a UV resin layer, and it's too big of a surface to use UV resins to make it tacky. So I'm gonna try to keep an eye on it really good so I don't miss that stage. So let me grab some resin. I don't know, I'm probably gonna overmix. I'm thinking 3. I don't know, I'll figure it out and be right back.
Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright, rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in gold with a stroke of flare, diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell.
I mixed up 4 ounces. Now I do want to tell you that the openings for the rings, the silver or gold rings that you purchase to put it together, are on opposite sides. Because this one's going to be closing that way, so I want them pretty much the same. So don't forget that part. Hopefully I'm right. I could be completely wrong, but I think I'm right. I'm just gonna drizzle this in and see how much it takes. I only want it just to cover that surface. I don't want any more than that because this is so shallow. Let's see. I'm just gonna, I guess I need more than that. I might not have enough now. I thought I was gonna way over pour. Let's see where we're at. Oh gosh. If that's not enough, I'm gonna have to make more. Let me just squish it all together and see if it pulls away from itself or not. I think I'm at the 2 ounce mark, which is half. Let me see. Yes, I'm at exactly 2, so that's half. Here I thought I was gonna like need extras galore because it was so thin. However, it is a big surface area. Let's see if I can make 2 ounces work. I might have to mix up 1 more ounce, but I don't want to have to. I don't think, I don't know. That is exactly pretty much all I need. I just have to go around these rings and get it in the corners. Get it along the edges. Oh wow, 2 ounces I think is your magic number. This is the only spot that's not filled in right here, but it is now. Wow. All right, well, no extras on this step. I'm just gonna spritz all those bubbles out of here. That was perfect, 2 ounces. So let's pour this one.
Glitz and gold with a stroke of flair. Diamond shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell. Turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and glitter lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment.
So as it's settling, it's kind of pulling away in certain spots. So I'm just kind of moving it. I mean, I probably could have used another 1/4 ounce in each one, but I'm gonna try to make it work. As long as no spots dry without the resin, we should be good, no matter how thin it is. So I'll probably mix up like 5 ounces instead of 4 ounces when we, whoops, get that out of there, when we pour the back on. All right, well that looks good. No bubbles. I don't see it pulling away, but I'm gonna watch it for the next 20 minutes and then try to catch it when it's tacky. Wish me luck. It's been about 40 minutes and I did end up mixing up another 20 milliliters of resin because it started separating. I turned my heat mat on medium, left it uncovered. It's been on about 30 minutes. It's getting sticky, but it like separated, so I freaked out and I put more resin in there. And I'm just kind of, it's like, it's sticky enough to put the glitter in. And I'm just kind of moving it where I need it to go right now. And I think I got it all. But I'm still gonna continue watching it. It's not sticky enough to put our mica powders in, but it is, I think it's sticky enough to do the glitter part. So let me get a little cup so I don't, hang on a minute. I don't know the best way to do this. It might still sink in there, but I'm gonna try to, I'm hoping it kind of stays on the top. And I wanna kind of cover the whole beach part with glitter, like over glitter it. And I don't want straight lines. I just kind of, wherever it falls, it falls. But I also want the full coverage because I think I'm gonna back this whole thing in white. Whoop. Because if I back it in white, you'll see those blue colors really good. That looks good. I think I'm happy with that. So we're gonna go up to like, that's the second little clip part. And however it dries, if it falls in, it falls in. But I think that looks pretty snazzy. I'm not gonna worry about the edges. I just wanna make sure that it's covered in glitter, and it looks like it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave my heat mat on. I'm literally standing over it. Well, I'm doing other things, but other things in the same room so I can continue watching it. So as soon as it's tacky enough, we'll go ahead and I don't know if I'm gonna do the white. I don't think there's enough room for the white. This one is a little too full too. It's really, really full. So I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna fit the backing on. So I think I'm gonna have to leave the white wave out and just do the blue in here next. So I'll keep watching it and then I'll bring it back as soon as it's ready. I think it's ready. It was like a total of 1 hour on the heat mat on medium uncovered. So I'm going to just take a brush and start painting my mica powder on. Oh gosh, I think I went too far. It's too far. That means I gotta get my glue out. That happens so easily. All right. Let me get my glue out. And hang on a minute. I will be painting that on instead. This is tack it over and over glue. Hopefully I can, you know what I'm gonna do? Do it with my fingers. Since it is cured, too much, you'd like lose that window. When you get it, you have a second to get there. And if you don't in another second, it's too far gone. So we're gonna do it this way. The alcohol thing doesn't work for me. This is too big of a space for UV resin to get tacky on it. So I always generally go with this plan next. And this dries clear and it will dry tacky. And it's drying quickly because it's on heat mat. The heat mat's only got a couple minutes left, so I'm gonna quickly get this one done. And then we'll put the colors on. I can't believe I let it go too far. I was sitting here the whole time, except the last 2 minutes. I hope those little lines don't stay in there. I put too much on, so I need to get some of this off. Definitely don't need that much. Let me just get some of this off here. And once it's clear, we will know that it's ready. This one is a hard one because it's so thin. All right, I'm just gonna let that sit for about 5 more minutes and then we will go and do it. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad it kind of happened. That way you can see what happens if you missed that opportunity and not trying to guess what I was talking about. All right, be right back. All right, it's only been a few minutes, so let's try it and see how we go. So this is the lightest blue that I have. It's sticking. So that's what we needed to do. And again, I'm just gonna back this all in, back it in white so we can get that blue effect. I'm just gonna evenly do it, I don't know, a third, and a third, or kind of combine them, join them, a little bit up there, a little bit down. However it comes out, it comes out. Scooch it over there. The only good thing about the way I had to do it now is the fact that I'm not making dents into my resin because it's too soft. You know, I can actually make swirl motions with my brush without think I'm going to do that without making dents in there. I don't know. That was the one. This one was the light blue, it's called. And then I'm going to do blue. This one's called blue. Let me get this powder off my brush first. As much as I can, anyway. All right. Ooh, this one's pretty. Oh, yeah, look at that. I hope it looks good under the resin. We shall find out, I guess. Oh, I like this color. I'm wondering if that light blue is too light now. Can't change it now. Whatever's on there first is going to be seen, so I can't exactly go over it. Just trying to make sure everything is covered. Kind of get them up there. I don't know, might see those little spots. Oops, let me get this off. I don't know how well that's gonna look. Hopefully my painting skills will be obscured through that water ripple. And then I'm going to mix up, well, I guess I'll do 5 ounces because I'm not quite sure. I don't want to have to remix. Of the, sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate here and get all this on here. I will probably use white pigment paste. Or, no, you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use mica powder. So it has that shimmery look on the back. Okay. I might end up having to drill these out because that's pretty full right there. Unfortunately. They didn't fill evenly because the water ripple, I'm thinking the water ripple is different heights, obviously. Water ripples are different heights. So I think that's why some spots are filled more than other spots. I don't know. I hope this doesn't look like a kindergartner did because from the back here, kind of looks like art class in kindergarten. Oh gosh. I hope it's not terrible. All right, let me go grab some resin and we'll see what happens. I mixed up 5 ounces and I just put my crystal white mica powder in here. So I'm just going to stir this up really good. This is the 4-hour fast cure again, and I think I'll turn my heat mat back on after I pour it. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till it gets tacky because when the heat goes on, it lowers the viscosity. It gets it watery before it gets it cured, and then it kind of moves everywhere. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I think I'll wait till it gets tacky. That looks good. I'm not going to bother with the vacuum chamber because it's such a thin layer that I don't even think bubbles would survive, even if they are in here, which they are in here. I know that. So let's see. I know I'm going to end up having to drill those holes out. I wish this was, I mean, I don't wish it was thicker. I wish it was thicker just to make it easier. However, you don't want a super duper heavy notebook. That's the thing. I guess you don't have to do it this way. You could just brush your colors on or just pour them in. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to try it the way that they suggest you do water ripple. I mean, we can just pour a color right in there. We don't have to do it this way. But you know me, and I like to complicate everything that I do. So why not? Oh my gosh, did I use the whole 5? Isn't that so funny? I shouldn't even be using all 5 because it's like more than half full. And like I said, some parts like up here are less full than the bottom because of the way that that water ripple was higher in some spots than others. This isn't going to be the best color white, but you know, I didn't even need white because that chrome powder, it didn't even matter what color you put back here. But I didn't want to see like my kindergartner style paint job, so I definitely would have put a color no matter what just to cover that up. So I guess white is a pretty good option because you won't see through it. You won't see the white at all. Just trying to get a little bit over everything, even though it's already filled up down here. Almost. I'm only going to have a tiny little bit left. Not enough to do much with. I had all these plans for my extras today, and I don't have extras. Doesn't that figure? When I don't plan, I have all kinds of extras, and then when I do plan for extras, I don't have any. Not enough, anyway. All right, that's... See, this one's coming over already. Too much. Too much. Let me just get some of this out of here. Or I'll just let it cure and worry about it later. That's what I was afraid of. And then as soon as I maybe I won't torch it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to use my lighter. I'm going to end up having to trim that. My flamethrower here from the Dollar Tree. Love this thing. Go get you guys some before they don't carry them at the checkout anymore. This thing throws your flame so far. There, all the bubbles are gone. So yeah, I'm just gonna watch this corner here. I only have a little bit left. I'll put a color in it, make one more little heart that I made over here. And yeah, see you on demold. It's already time to demold. It's only been like half a day. So with 4-hour fast cure and heat mat, you'll be done in no time. I do have to trim and sand and drill and whatever, so it's not completely done, but it's almost done. So this was from the Remix. These are just little pocket hugs from that new mold I got, and I mixed some pink mica into the rest of the white mica, and I was scraping and scraping, so there was some glitter that got in there, but it's not horrible. All right, are you ready to see this? Let's see what we got here. I did pull out some of my little rings. They're just universal rings. I don't have the right size paper though, so you have to order the right paper for this large one. I don't have a large one like this. Oh, look at that rogue piece of glitter. But look at that. It doesn't look like a kindergartner did it. I just wish the lines were a little more blended, but it's so hard to blend mica powder. I mean, I guess you could sprinkle it in. That's what I should have done. I should have sprinkled it in kind of everywhere and then brushed it, and it would have kind of, I don't know, we could try that on the next one, I guess. So this one should be basically the same as this one. Let's see. Yes, it is. And look, it's got a matching rogue piece of glitter. So that's cool. I'm just going to grab my little snippers here. Where are they? Right here. So when I have this much overpour, I use my little snipping tools and I just get it off. It's not completely cooled yet. That's why it's not snapping like that. And then I will go around with my my nail file just to fix that little edge that's going to be sharp right all the way around. I'll go all the way around. And I wish I had the paper for it, but I don't have the paper for it. It's pretty though. What do you guys think? I guess I shouldn't do all this trimming on camera, but now that I started this edge, I want to finish it. And then I will grab my, that's pretty. I love the water ripple effect. Now it's not color changing because it's the chrome mark or the chrome powders. Chrome powders are not color changing. Let me move this stuff. The chrome powders are just very vibrant, so there's no color change. It would look beautiful to do it the way I was doing it. Just pick like, or even the dichroish films in there, or any kind of chameleon powder or intense powder, or anything that you want to be like radiated through that water. So it doesn't have to be a beach scene in here, but I do recommend doing that over the cured layer. But we can try pouring it with just some colors if you want to. Do you want to do another one today? Oh my gosh, why do I do this to myself? Maybe I will, I don't know. Now that I opened up that can of worms, y'all aren't gonna let me get away with not doing a second one. I like to show you options though, especially because these molds I get, they're not cheap. I mean, you're paying good money for a mold. And that's probably why I do it, because I want you guys to see different inspiration videos to do your molds with. I'm almost done with this one. Not too bad, other than drilling it out because I over poured it. But I think if I do it a different way and don't do the water ripple effect with the 2 layers, I won't have to drill the next one out. Because, let me see if I could poke it out with a scribe. Yeah, look at that. It was so thin, they came right off. So I don't even have to drill it. Look at that. It just pops right off. That's great. Now I don't have to bug Dawn to help me drill it, because I don't have a drill bit that wide. Cool. Now I'm wondering, do you guys want to see something different, or should I pour the same thing a different way? I mean, the water ripple is water. You really want it to kind of stay watery. I do have to. Maybe I will do it my original plan for a beach, but pour it in the colors instead of doing it under, and then I can actually use real sand and then blend my blues together a little bit better with some alcohol inks, because you're going to want it transparent the best that you can so you could see all that beautiful. But look at the glitter under there. That came out so nice. So you just do that, you put them together, and then you put your little clip right on these edges. But I have to finish this one. So let me get a plan together. I'll just do it again for you guys, and then we'll move on. I'll do all the mixing and stuff off camera, so you don't have to waste your precious moments watching mixing the resin again. I was going to do the resin dyes to make them, you know, see-through, and then I'm realizing as I got all the dyes out that you're probably not going to want to see through something like this to see all the writing or scribble or whatever's going on inside the notebook. So I changed my mind and I grabbed mica powders, which I've already mixed 3 colors, and I'm using the new Dianca Pours Cypress. I have a discount code for this. The Eye Candy Skyline Blue, have a discount code for that. And then this Haze, the light blue that I love so much, that was gifted to me recently. So thank you. All of those, actually, well, I bought the Skyline Blue, but the other 2 were gifted to me, so that was amazing. So those are my 3 blues. And then for the sand, I decided to use not sand. And I don't know if this is going to get covered up by my mica powders or not, but I'm going to use my shell. So I'm going to just put it into my resin this time. I don't normally do it like that, but I'm going to today. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm hoping the blue doesn't take over my shell. I'm going to put it in kind of thick. I mixed up 8 ounces of resin and I just split it equally 2 ounces in each cup. All right, now that I have all that done, I can uncover my molds. Just trying to protect them. I'm not running it through the vacuum chamber this time because it is so super thin that the bubbles shouldn't be any kind of a problem. Let me move this stuff. All right, so I got my binder rings on the outside the right way. I'm gonna put, oh, you know what? Oh my gosh, this shell is gonna have to flay like, oh, why did I do that? I didn't even think this shell is, a lot of these pieces are going to be too big. I'm gonna have to pull them out. Oh goodness, now I gotta move really, really fast. I'm glad I did mix up my regular epoxy, so I do have about 40 minutes, but I've just spent 5 of that mixing, maybe 10 mixing. Oh goodness. I should have just stuck to the sand, but no, I had to get the shells out, and a lot of them are going to be too tall. So now I get to mess around with these for the next, oh goodness, I don't know. I'm gonna put you on a quick fast forward because I really need to concentrate and get these in properly and get the ones out that I don't need. All right, be right back.
Gonna touch the sky. Each beat a story, each stroke a scream, turning scraps of nothing into a dream. Life's a canvas and I'm gonna paint, making chaos shine without restraint. Glitz and glitter lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky.
Well, that was no fun, so I'm gonna have to mix up a little more clear. Excuse me, because a lot of it's in those. That's why, see, I messed up, and I generally don't pour my stuff into my resin. I usually pour my resin onto my stuff, and I didn't do that this time, so I paid the price. I'm just gonna put my 3 colors in, and then hopefully they stay off of my clear. And I'm hoping I can meld them together nicely. And then the dark one, none of the mica powder ended up floating, so it appears to be mixed pretty good. Let me move these out of my way. I've already screwed up enough for today. Let's get this in, and then I'll top all of the colors up until it's basically full, but I do need to leave some space there for the clear that I mix up. I can't believe I did that. How in the world did I forget that fast that this thing was that shallow? So, learn from my mistakes, you guys. If you decide to do this, pull, and you want to use shell, make sure you pull those shell out before you go sticking them in your mold. So now I got a whole bunch of shell I got to figure out what to do with. So I'll probably just stick it in a mold and mix up a little extra resin and finish filling it. I don't know. Let's see, what do we got here? I guess I'm gonna have extra of each color. A little bit more of the blue left. It's dark blue anyway. I do want to combine them. A little bit, not much. I don't know. I don't blend a lot, but I'm going to try my hardest. that up to there. I used all the dark blue. That looks good. Let me make sure I get it all out of this cup. All right. Let's see, I can use, I just don't want it to, see how it's going over? I better stop, but I need a little more right here. Maybe I'll use it with the medium color instead. So I don't even know if I can back these. I might have a few pieces sticking out of the resin if I don't put clear over it. I don't even know that clear is going to fit over it. That's the problem. These were the flattest ones I can get. All right, I'm gonna, maybe I should use my, how do I do this? I don't want to blend. Get this out of my way. Actually, we're blending. What I'm doing is I need to get down to the silicone to blend. I don't need to blend the back because the back isn't going to be really seen. It's the part that's touching the silicone that needs to be seen. So like right here is where you want to blend it and go down deep. And up here, whether that works or not, I don't know. Basically, wherever it touched the silicone is the line you're gonna see. Let me spritz this. Hopefully I can keep this out of the shell area. A little bit's not too horrible, but I think I'm gonna mix up like ½ an ounce of clear, pour it down here and keep that clear, and then I will probably heat mat everything. Let me see, you know what I did? See what I prepped earlier today, thinking I was gonna have extra. So I'm gonna mix these blues together. And I prepped a peacock. And I took y'all's advice with UV resin and rhinestones. So I did that earlier today. Let me just mix these because this is starting to get thick on me. I'm just gonna mix the blues together. So look what I did. So I put all my rhinestones in upside down in those little holes, and then I UV resined over each one, just like you guys said. And I'm gonna just pour this with the blue. Let me spritz it because it's getting thick. And let's hope and pray that this actually works this time. So last time I did it, I didn't UV resin it. Didn't even dawn on me. I don't even know why I didn't think of that. And all you guys, like so many of you had the same idea. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know why I'm not thinking of these things when everybody else knew to do that but me. But that's why I have you guys commenting. So it sure helped me out because I would have never thought of it. Well, not right away anyway. I didn't that day, that's for sure. That was just about enough just for the peacock. So that might be beautiful. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna put the rest of this in something, the rest of the shell in something, and see on demold. Okay, it's time to finish this video up. So here's the first one. Here's the pocket hugs I put on their little cards and in their little wrappers. Didn't do anything to them. I'm gonna unmold this with you. I did put the rest of the shell into a coaster mold and added 1 ounce of resin with crushed crystal, and it's really pretty. It's really pretty. Both sides are pretty. Just this side you can't see the crushed crystal, but this dome side is beautiful. You probably can't see that, but I can. I did unmold it. I got it presentable. I got it trimmed. I got it put together. Of course, no paper. And here it is. What do you think? Kind of the shell got covered with a little bit of the blue. Both sides are both exactly the same. Here's the backs. And here's the front. So which one do you like better? I like the water ripple better. I mean, they're both really pretty, but the water ripple effect really is stunning and glossy. What do you think? I mean, you could pour these with alcohol ink as long as you remember that you'll be able to see through it. So if you don't mind seeing through it, it'll look similar to this one with alcohol inks or resin dyes, something transparent. But other than that, I like them both. They're really pretty. Their colors are pretty in both of them. I like them both. Are you ready to see what happened with this? I am dying to know if that UV resin trick worked. It's almost ready to come out. Just the head's a little bit bendy. All right, let's hope my rhinestones are pretty still. It worked! Oh my gosh, now I feel bad for the one that I did. It would have worked with the UV resin in the back. How do you like the color I chose for that? It's like a pink, green, and blue and orange shift. Oh my gosh, it worked, you guys. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Oh, wow. I'm just gonna finish off the little beak and the head later. I'll either put magnets or a pin on there. That is gorgeous. So there's your trick. Rhinestones or even pearls, UV resin, and then your epoxy. And it worked. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that worked. All right, guys, well, that is it for today. Remember to come back tomorrow. We've got one more mold to do for this month's Into Resin molds, and it is the giveaway, so you don't want to miss it. I will see you then. Stick around for all these pictures close up, and you guys have a blessed day. Bye, everyone.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings. A masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle.